Go for it.
All right, we are live a couple minutes late. I do apologize for everybody waiting in the comments there. Sorry, Deep Jersey. We were just kind of BSing a little bit, but we are down a couple of gents this afternoon. I think Marcus will show up a little bit later. He had some family stuff to take care of, but he will be with us soon. But otherwise, we have a pretty heavy sports show, I would say, today. And I got some live stuff I want to do if we have got time. But yeah, welcome to the show, everybody. How are you guys doing this afternoon? Football, NFL draft, all that fun stuff.
Dude, good. We got to give a shout out to our boy Vinny, who is not feeling very good. Got some medical stuff going on. So we're thinking about you, man. Hope you feel better.
Yep. Yes, sir. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. The draft, that's what my phone's blowing up with text messages from people. And that's what you guys were talking about. And a lot of shit's going on, a lot of trades. Houston's making a couple of big trades. I know Arizona went up to get that Paris Johnson kid. I think the Colts fucked up by drafting Anthony Richardson for.
He
sucked at Florida. He sucked at Florida. That's an SEC school with a shit ton of money, and he sucked. So I don't understand why he's going to get better in the NFL when he sucked against SEC competition. It's the Jamarcus Russell fucking thing. It's that, he has a good arm. He can do all this other shit.
Yeah,
but
don't remind me of that guy.
Do good.
Oh, that's right. He was a Raider.
Yeah. When you don't do good against good competition, why do you think he's going to get better when the competition increases?
He killed the combine. I don't know. It's that combine thing, I don't know. I kind of agree. What's up, Marcus? Welcome to the combine. We just got started like a couple minutes ago, man. So you're good, man.
The party don't start till I get here anyway, damn it.
That's right. I forgot about that. I forgot about that.
Pippin ain't dead is gone to the web, baby. I'm in here. It's going down like old people in wet floors. It's going down like saggy titties. Yeah, it's going down like, shit, I keep going. We here now. What's up? How's everybody doing? I'm feeling good. The Texans made 2 great picks. We doing good right now. I don't even watch sports, and I know the Texans made good picks.
I like the Will Anderson pick. I like the Will Anderson pick, but I don't trust the fucking Ohio State quarterback. There's never been one that's done anything very good. Now he played his game against Georgia. He showed out, and he showed me he has the potential to be a stud. But I don't trust Ohio State quarterbacks.
They said it hasn't been an Ohio State quarterback since Joe Namath. Is that right?
Joe Namath
was Alabama. Justin Fields was a couple years ago.
That's the name.
I guess the jury's still out on Fields. He had a pretty good year last year, and he had 0 offensive weapons to help him out. So that's probably a fair assessment.
Nothing at all for Justin Fields, man. And I'm kind of glad they stuck with him. He's got talent, and he plays hard too. So I think he led the league in like rushing for quarterbacks last year.
He did. If you had him on your fantasy team, he ate that middle part to the late part of the year. I was hoping my Cowboys would get Bijan Robinson, and fucking can't believe Atlanta scooped him up at 9. That was pretty crazy.
Yeah, the last top 10 running back. I don't know if this is right, but the last top 10 running back I can remember it was Kim K's boyfriend, Reggie Bush.
Really?
Oh damn!
I think so.
To drop a Reggie.
You like
reference. I did like that.
Most teams can usually pick up decent running backs in the later rounds. So wasting a pick early on a running back isn't really probably the best move.
Dude, the Lions just fucking hate DeAndre Swift. They just drafted Jamar Gibbs from Alabama in the 12th spot. I don't understand why they hate DeAndre Swift the way that they hate DeAndre Swift, but they do. They gave the fucking ball to Pokemon fucking dude, the guy that. Oh shit, Fergus, what are you getting attacked by?
What? I don't know. Was that me? That was me, wasn't it? I don't know. That was weird.
It just looked around like a fucking dragon was about to fucking attack you the way your eyes looked. Like you looked up like.
Dude, I swear it's like a flash or something, man. But it's like 65 and sunny in Seattle. I don't know. That was weird, man.
Hopefully a nuke didn't just drop.
No, I think we're good. They're nuking Edmonds. There's nothing to nuke here, man. That's a pretty small town I live in.
If Ferg just disappears, if he just flashes and it's just boom.
Like the Terminator 2 scene with Sarah Connor and I'm just skeleton. You know what I mean? I'm just skeleton. Anyway. Yeah. So So yeah. Oh, 78's in the house. Greetings from Singapore. I wonder if he's staying at that one hotel with the Marina Bay Sands hotel. I don't know if you guys seen pictures of that. That's like my dream, like destination right now. So
you know what's funny is all the people the same age as Marcus and I were pre-programmed in elementary school not to fucking ever want to go to Singapore because they don't fuck around. You remember that old dude?
Oh, the dude with the stick? Yeah. I remember that.
I was one of those things that in my head I said, nope, I ain't got no business going to Singapore.
Singapore is like the happiest city on earth, but they got rules, man. You can't spit on the ground. You can't, like, it's big. Like, but it's beautiful out there.
That airport's one of the most insane things I've ever seen, to be honest with you. I mean, they have, but at the same point in time, a guy like me, I'm getting caned. There's zero chance I'm not gonna break some fucking rule on accident, and they're gonna end up fucking caning my ass.
They would talk about the procedure with the cane. It's not, they don't just whip, like they prepare it. So they like dip it in salt water for like 2 days and like all this stuff. Oh my God.
I've taken some ass whoopings from my dad before with fucking boards and the whole 9 yards, but I ain't fucking putting my ass out on public TV and getting caned.
A saltwater cane, dude. That's so funny.
Could you imagine having that happen and just screaming like a little bitch with all your buddies and shit watching on YouTube at home, just recording, just can't wait till you get home. Like, look, this is what he screams like a bitch right here.
Are you talking about a whooping, like a caning?
Yes, they cane you. Yeah,
this guy was like in public.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm a real G. You know what I'm saying? I come from an era of getting hit with extension cords. You know, Switches. I've had things thrown at me.
Yeah, get the switch.
Bottles, plates. You know, things of that nature. Those are the things that made us strong. So a caning probably would not affect me as much. I was the kid that if I got paddled, I didn't, you know, because back in the day, that was, you know, we had corporate, you know, punishment in schools. You know, I was the type of kid that if I got paddled in school, I was laughing as they were paddling me because it had nothing to do with the real whooping that I got at home from my mom. So, you know, a caning, just a little stick that's been soaking in water.
They do that shit in public, though, Marcus. Like, they put you in, like, a stadium with, like, 15,000 people, pull your pants down, and start whooping that ass with a fucking bamboo cane.
Yeah, the minute my my balls would have went public, it got dark in there, they'd have got scared and thought the Holy Ghost was coming, and so they would have stopped all of it. So it's okay. I'm good. We would have made it.
All right. Well, I like that.
Don't avoid that.
No. I'm just saying our opening discussions are amazing. I love our opening discussions.
Yeah,
we didn't get
my balls are big.
We didn't get the Marcus intro, but we got the story. So I guess that the story makes up for the intro.
That was the intro. Right. That was the Marcus intro right there.
Yeah, exactly.
Vinny's lucky that Marcus didn't do the intro. With Vinny being out, like I said, we did Vinny the right way. Marcus was
That's right.
Well, Vinny got AIDS. I mean, I know y'all don't want. I know they don't want to hear it, and I hope y'all told them the truth. You know, the reality of the situation is Vinny got a sex change, and he is currently recuperating because he got his snicker doodled. Got his snicker doodled. So he's out of pocket, but he'll be okay. Eventually, you'll hear his voice start to go up a little bit. It'll be, hey guys, because he's on estrogen. We'll see. It's a whole thing. So Vinny is about to turn into Venetia. So we're truly, Vinny, we're with you, praying for you, brother, sister, praying for you.
Miss, ma'am.
Hey, Shim, chick dude, however you want to do it. I'm with you on all of it. We love you, Venetia, and get better. You know what I'm saying? It's
I ain't co-signing that shit.
Yeah, you gotta co-sign it. I mean, it's cool. I mean, he got a snickerdoodle. It is what it is. I ain't got to co-sign it. We ain't got to co-sign it. That's what it is. Sex change.
It's
sex change operation.
It's all good.
But what we doing? Let's talk about it.
Yeah, the transition on this one's gonna be
this is a tough transition right here.
Yeah.
Hey, let's get into it.
All right. So we got some stuff today for you guys. We'll start off with some sneakers from Mr. Ralph Floam. Ralph, you got some sneaker.
Yeah,
for all the sneakerheads in the house.
Let's do
There's
it.
one
man.
on here there's one on here Ferg wants bad.
Yeah, Ferg, man. You know, when you asked me that question about does the NFT get you early access to the shoe?
Yeah.
I was like, damn, I don't want to give him that bad news, but
No, that's all good.
It would have been a good, giving it utility, giving that NFT utility to get these shoes would have been nice, but unfortunately that's not the case. But
damn.
yeah, I mean, but just going into the night, these two Nike SBs that the Jarritos dunks are coming out on the 6th, May 6th, the day after Cinco de Mayo.
Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah. And the Born and Raised dunks are releasing, I want to say 2 weeks after, but so the nice thing about I'm gonna start calling them the fur dunks because we got to make sure that you get these. I personally I'm not gonna go for these myself. So whatever size you are on sneakers, let me know.
Cool.
I'll hit them up for you. But
all right.
So you can't really see it in the slide. I don't know if maybe you can blow it up a little bit, but it has that tearaway material, which is pretty cool. So if you skate these shoes, you kind of get that orange that orange upper to the top of the shoe. And the check, there's that little orange within the check too. So pretty nice shoe. I'm not gonna, like I said, it's a nice shoe, but I'm not gonna put it in my personal like top 5, top 10 of the year. But the Born and Raised Dunked, this is it's slowly becoming one of my personal favorites. Initially, when I saw it, I wasn't a big fan of the pink laces, and there's like hints of pink around there. But I don't know. To me, this just looks like a clean. It's a clean colorway, clean Nike sign. Not sure what your guys' opinion is on these two so far.
Dude, those Jarritos don't look cool, but they kind of look like they got a 7-Eleven theme to me. You know what I mean? They look like the uniform they'd give you if you worked at 7-Eleven. But those Born Agains, you being a Dodger guy, I know what you got
exactly.
planned.
Yeah, exactly.
I already know what you got planned.
And Born and Raised, if people aren't familiar, is a streetwear brand, really popular in Los Angeles. So the collab for the LA folks, Born and Raised and SB Dunks, and like you said, it's a Dodger colorway. Can't miss. Marcus, which one are you picking up?
Absolutely none of them.
That's why I had to ask you.
Well, I take that back. I do like the Born and Raised simply because I like the Dodger colors.
Yeah.
I would not be caught wearing them in LA, but I do like the Dodger colors because
no,
I value my life.
You're good. These colors are good.
No. I've been somewhere where them colors ain't good, Jack. So no. I'm okay. It's so much going down in the LBC. That's what they say.
Gotcha.
That's what Snoop said. But I do like the Dodgers colorway. I'm a fan of anything SB Dunk and that blue and white. It always just pops. I mean, it's
and then another thing, Nike SB has I want to say this maybe past 6 months, they've been kind of killing it with the collabs. They were kind of dead, I want to say about a year ago. But yeah, back to back, these have been really nice colorways, really nice collabs. But moving on to these Jordans here, these reimagined Jordans. So it's pretty much your typical Jordan Bred 4, but instead of that suede, it's leather. In the picture, you can't really see it, but that's kind of the major difference with these. These are supposed to come out later this year. Obviously, these are gonna sell out pretty quick just because it's the classic colorway and it's a bread. But personally, I wish they would have done a little bit more. The leather is cool, but this shoe has been done over and over and over again. If you were gonna release it, I think they should have just went with the classic suede instead of this leather. But what do you guys think, Trey?
I'm with you. I like the classic leather better. I don't know.
Suede.
Yeah. Do you like the suede better?
I mean, that's kind of what the original 4 had, was that suede, that new book suede, and these have that Nike isn't really good with the leather to begin with, so it's probably that shitty leather that'll crack right away. But they're calling it the reimagined, similar to the Lost and Found Air Jordan 1 that vintage. This isn't vintage, but this is what they're calling the reimagined Bread Force.
So I'm going to tell you guys a story as we are, getting ready to, hit these shoes, right? Real quick. I had a chance to go see a piece of that Air movie about Michael Jordan and the shoes and Nike's whole run with the shoes. Did y'all know that when he was playing basketball, and if you haven't seen the movie, go see it. I ain't gonna tell you this is a spoiler, not spoiler, because I didn't get through the whole movie. But it was somewhere to the tune of while he was playing in the NBA, the shoes were selling so crazy. He was taking home like almost $400 million a year just on the
Oh
shoes.
yeah, I believe that.
Jesus.
Just
I
on the
believe that.
shoes. And that's passive income. We're talking
Sure.
passive because the deal that he did was unlike, shout out to, Michael Jordan's mom, but the deal that he got a percentage on every shoe that was sold. And so that's why, Nike is now the house that, Mike built. He, started out as a running shoe, but bro, like when they told me that, and I didn't
Yeah,
even get through the whole movie, but the movie just kind of drew me in. But I where I left at because we were going to go see we were going to go see Evil
Evil
Dead,
Dead.
right? Yeah,
Yeah.
but where I left at was, bro, that was crazy.
That is
yeah,
crazy.
Yeah,
and I'm pretty sure he still gets a. I mean, while he was playing, or in order for him to sign the contract with Nike, his mom stipulated that he got a percentage of every shoe that's sold. So, um,
So much
yeah,
money.
yeah,
yeah.
pretty groundbreaking contract.
And it was a first on everything. Like it was the first time. Um, it was the first time that a shoe was made around an athlete.
Hmm.
It was the first time that an athlete got a percentage on every shoe sold. Normally they were just getting whatever those, bonuses were for just, like being an ambassador of the shoe.
Yeah,
It was so many firsts, and Mike really kind of paved the way for this, for this shoe culture to really kind of do a thing. So shout out to Mike. Really more so shout out to his mama. Mama had vision.
she
You know,
definitely did.
to be fair though, I think Dr. J had a Converse in like 78 or 79 deal at one point in time. But the first big, like you're talking about percentage and shit like that, was
Yeah.
through that Nike, and I think you're right. I
Yeah, no,
remember for whatever reason, I remember Dr. J had some Converse deal. I could be off
he
on that.
did. He did. No, Dr. J had a Converse, and it was a
Magic,
couple other
right?
people. Yeah, a couple other people had shoes and shoe deals, but those caps were like 250 or 500K. Like that's what they were taking home.
Mhm.
Jordan was the first to get a percentage on every shoe.
Yeah.
So
The
when the
very
shoe, go ahead.
No, the very first pair of Jordans I ever had were a pair of fours, the gray and blue ones. And then I had a pair every year until I graduated high school.
Were you
That was
waiting
my
in
whole
lines?
deal.
Did
No,
you do the
dude,
whole
that was the
camping?
thing. Fuck no, it wasn't like that in Oklahoma City. I mean, honestly, like
Oh, you could just,
You
dude.
just walk right in, right?
No, we had
no,
to
you would.
camp. We were camping. We would wait in
Yeah, we're
line
here too.
to get
Mhm.
the Jordans. That was pretty much. So my first job was working at a shoe store, and the only reason why I worked there was to get early access to Jordans. Like at my high school, almost everybody had Jordans. At least the popular kids did. But that wasn't the thing. It was like who had them early.
Mhm.
Yeah, you had Jordans, but do you have these? You know what I mean? These come out 3 weeks, a month before. You have those Jordans. These Jordans you haven't even seen yet. So that was kind of the uh, I guess the drip back then when I was in high school is who had
The
them first.
drip.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
I
drip.
had to wear mine. Though mine, what was great about mine is it was contingent on I had to make the basketball team, and if I made the basketball team, my mom and dad buy me a pair of Jordan. I had to hoop in them, and I had to wear them to school. So I mean, they were. I had to do all kinds of shit in my Jordans. We had a bunch of assholes that always thought it was great to try to fuck them up and get mud on them and shit because they were jealous because I had the Jordans. So I'm getting in fights all the time. Seriously, Jordans.
I'm I'm gonna be honest with y'all, and I know y'all ain't gonna like to hear this. I didn't get my first pair of Jordans until I was in my late 20s. Shoes were out; they were what they were. Um, Pickles. I didn't get my first pair. I was 36-year-old. Yeah, I'm talking about like late 20s, damn near knocking on 30 when I got my first pair of Jordans. Simply because I knew it was a shoe that costed $16 to make,
Mm.
and people were dying over them. Like like people were getting killed for their shoes. You know what I'm saying? And I just didn't want to be a statistic. I was just and I didn't live in a bad part. I mean, A-Leaf was A-Leaf, and it started, getting worse, throughout the years. But it's like where I lived, it wasn't bad at the time. I could have had a pair of Jordans. But then again, I don't know if y'all remember starter jackets. Like, everybody used to wear starter jackets. Like, like I had a starter jacket. I still had it, never lost it. But I went and got a whack team. I didn't get the Raiders or, back then I think it was the Kings, the hockey team that they would go get. It was something about the black, silver, and white. Oh, bro, I could tell you all kind of stories, with those as far as that.
Georgetown.
Georgetown. Carolina.
I swear to God, I had a Miami Hurricanes one. Do you know the one?
Oh, dude,
yeah. You know the pullover? It was the pullover one that had the pouch. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. I'm going to buy that right now.
My mom and dad, I wanted that so bad for fucking Christmas. My mom and dad thought I was going to die so bad every time I
my parents too, man. Like, oh, man, it's stupid. Bro, like, that the whole thing is dumb.
Listen, I had the Southern University Jaguars. That's what I had. The pullover. I just wanted to go get. Okay, I know that I can make it home in this because wasn't nobody worried about the Jaguars. Like everybody trying to chase that Miami shit and all that other. I don't need it. Don't worry about it. I'm good.
Yeah, for me it was
that I can still make it home.
For me, it was like if I was ready. Sorry, go ahead, Trey.
Oh no, I was go.
Yeah, okay, just real quick about the making it home situation. Yeah, in high school, if I was wearing the Raider starter jacket, something like that, so I would have it on, but when I was walking home, I would make sure to put it in my backpack because I knew if I was walking home, somebody would either not try to jack me, but just try to check me for it, you know what I mean? And not trying to lose that jacket.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to lose the jacket, the shoes. And I grew up in an era where you remember gangster Nikes. Y'all remember those? Like
Cortez.
They were called they're called Cortezes. Yeah. But in the hood, gangster Nikes, you had to have gangster Nikes. And go look them up, Trey. You'll know what they are. Cortez.
I know, dude. You know what's funny is in Oklahoma, the gangsters wore the fucking air raids, the Tim Hardaways, had the black and the silver X's on them.
Yeah, I remember those.
That's what the hard dudes in Oklahoma fucking wore. Dead ass serious.
Send me a link in the chat. I want to see them.
I need picture proof of this.
I'm on it.
That's awesome.
The air raids? That's crazy. That's a Hooper shoe, though. That's a Hooper shoe.
I don't even know what that is, man. Damn. I had Reebok pumps. That was like it. No, I don't know what that is.
I cannot believe you guys. This is
so I want to see it. I'm just curious. Like, legit.
I literally just told somebody the other day that Reebok needs to bring back the pump shoe.
Dude, yeah.
The D Browns?
Right now. They grab one of these young kids and bring back the iconic Reebok pump shoe. Because all that pump made everybody feel like you could hoop. You remember that?
Yeah.
Remember before you was going to hoop, you had to pump your shoes and
oh yeah, I was like 4'8", man. I thought I could dunk, man. You know what I mean?
All right. Ford, I sent links.
I was super short, man, in like elementary school.
Is this gangsters in air raids? I gotta see this.
Yeah, I'll do share screen real quick.
Are you a midget?
I was super short, man. I mean, I'm like 5'7", man. Like I'm short, dude. Let's see.
It's good size for a boy your age, Ferris. Don't let anybody tell you differently. Fuck yeah, dude.
I've never seen these before, man. I'm not a sneakerhead, though. I've never seen these before.
I'm telling you,
I mean,
dude.
It's not a big sneakerhead shoe, but it is one of the classics because it was like the first shoe that had those straps on the top of the shoe. So yeah.
Tim Hardaway was Allen Iverson before Allen Iverson was cool.
Absolutely.
I had the Hardaway ones. Those penny sneakers. I rocked those, man. Those were
Tim Hardaway's the modern inventor of the crossover dribble, the UTEP two-step.
I remember that. And was it SI for kids or something? And it showed him doing the UTEP two-step. Yeah, man, that guy was a baller, dude.
Do you guys remember the Nike Air Bacons, the Tim Hardaways?
Bacons?
The ones, yeah, they're called the Air Bacons. They got discontinued because it had some Arabic wording on the back of the shoe.
I thought they had bacon in it.
Oh, BAKIN. I spelled
Air Bacon. Yeah.
I was thinking the same thing too, Trey.
My dumb ass.
Well, I
like,
mean,
"Hey,
the colorways are kind of bacon-ish, I guess you can say, but yeah, they're discontinued. Well, not just the ones that originally came out had some offensive wording in Arabic, so they had to discontinue those and re-release them.
Did you see that Dennis Rodman was talking shit on Travis Scott,
I
saying he
did.
stole his
backward check.
backwards Nike design and stuff? I thought that was
Mm-mm.
interesting.
I said that. I put that in the chat. The picture of the Dennis Rodman's with the backward check. He was the first,
You
the
did.
originator.
One more shoe that I think need to be on people's radar is May 1st, the Nike Kobe Protros, the GGs are coming out, and those son of bitches are selling for already, I mean, between $1,200 and $800 already pre-selling, and that's going to be a pretty big drop, to be honest with you. So May 1st.
Huh.
They're black and whites. They actually, I really like that Protro. Am I saying that right?
Yeah, it's Pro.
It doesn't come off the lips, right? Protro.
Yeah, but like you said, these are easy pickups. If you hit on sneakers, it's like the easiest ROI. Not everything is a easy quick flip, but these are easy, and it's worst case scenario, you can return them if they don't. Nike does accept they do take returns, but
they pay the shipping too.
Exactly.
Oh, shit.
But moving on to that last bit of news, that Nike and Nigo collab. I don't know if you guys watched the fight this weekend, the Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia, but he was actually wearing Nikes and he was wearing Human Made, and Human Made is Nigo's company. So
cool.
I'm not sure if that was pre-planned or if he was just doing it to drop some Easter eggs.
Hold on, Ralph. Nigo and who else?
Nike.
And one more person that's in there.
Pharrell.
There you go.
This is for your Doodles bag, right? You're trying to pump
I'm trying to get people on the Doodles train. Like, y'all don't understand. Pharrell really finna come in there. That Doodle shit is gonna take off.
No, I
I'm
agree.
just telling y'all, the Doodle shit is gonna take off. Get ready. It's
Definitely.
Definitely.
But yeah, just there's nothing, I guess, set in stone as far as what they're going to do, if it's going to be shoe or if it's going to be clothing. But anything that Nigo does with Nike is going to be a for sure 100% no-brainer cop, because everything he touches is just, instantly worth like tons of money. So just wanted to put that on your guys' radar too.
I just want to put it out there. If you guys got bots and stuff running, y'all let me know who I need to send the money to so I can make sure that I get some of this shit.
That's what I was about to get to is I'll be honest with you. I have not been up on the bot game in the last 6 months, but our boy Ralph knows more about that shit than anybody still. Is there any Nike bots hitting right now?
I mean, the main ones that have been hitting consistently are still Wrath. Mech AIO has a module, but I'm not sure if it's still hitting as much as it used to hit. But I would say the go-to would be either Wrath. There's still TSB, the ship bot. People still cook with that. Yeah.
I hate that. So don't get me started.
It's tough to run, but I mean, if you're botting Nike, the main thing you want to make sure you have that's good are the accounts. You don't have to spend tons of money on the actual bot. You can get a decent bot, but you're going to spend money on the accounts, because the accounts is what's going to help you hit.
Are they making you tie a telephone number to those sneakers accounts still?
Yeah.
So I mean, you got to have, if you have 10 accounts, you got to have 10 legit numbers that you can pull codes from.
If you're going to create the accounts yourself, you're going to have 10 different phone numbers. Right. But if you're buying the accounts, which you can, it all comes included with the phone number, emails, everything.
I don't even know how a bot works.
You just press start. You just hit start and
it don't let fucking Ralph lie to you. You gotta buy proxies, and that's the hard. The bot's easy to run, to be honest with you. Once you figure out how to do your inputs and what the tabs do, bots are pretty easy to run. But knowing which proxies to have, that's the game. And you can spend just as much on the proxies as you do on the bot very, very quickly. Because the good proxies are the ones that actually hit the fresh ISPs, the different ones. I mean, then you have servers that are close to the data centers where everything's pinged at. I mean, the details in the botting is fucking nuts. Like, it's fun when you hit. I mean, the amount of work that you put in when you hit it's so rewarding. I can't tell you how rewarding.
It definitely is. But there is a lot that goes into it, the overhead. But like Trey said, when you hit a clip, when you hit 25, 50 of these different items at once, it's like it's pretty crazy.
What does that mean you hit? What does that mean you hit 25, 50 of them at one time? Like you get 25 pairs of shoes?
Yeah, 25, 50 at once.
But you got to be ready to pay for those, right?
Yeah.
Dude, the best clip I ever hit was the Oregon 4s on Rush. I think I hit 9.
Yeah, Rush was my go-to.
And
you flipped them?
Fuck yeah. I mean, I think they were about 222. They were expensive.
Yeah.
Out the gate, but I mean, I sold all of them between 325 and 300 very, very quickly.
Okay.
And during the pandemic, like I said, anything that wasn't tied down, I was trying to flip.
Yeah.
And I'm having a hard enough time to keep with NFTs. Like I feel this bot situation is just it's like one more thing to put on my plate, but it sounds interesting.
But here, I mean, speaking of the bot deal though, and I know Ralph has felt the same way I did, is one of the reasons I got into bots was to get Panini Prism basketball and Bowman baseball. And that's how we found KRS and GFNF, the group that provided KRS. Dude, it was the easiest hack in the world. If you had good Target accounts and you said your bot running, you would run a clip of whatever prism you needed or whatever cards you were looking for. And it's still God tier when it comes to cards, to be honest with you. If you got decent proxies and your accounts are in good standing. And for a while, Target was the hardest one to keep good standing accounts. And that's the other thing is you would have one of those mornings where you'd hit, 20 mega boxes on 5 different accounts.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you go eat breakfast and you come back and look at your email and every single one of them were fucking canceled.
Yeah.
Oh.
I can't tell you the amount of the disappointment of the excitement of hitting. And, you start counting the money and you're putting your shit on eBay and pre-selling it. And then next thing you know, Target hits you right in the dick with a fucking cancellation email. Yeah. It happened all the time during the pandemic.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Yeah, that's dicey.
Well, from one sneaker story to another, Marcus got some collab info for us.
Yes. It's me again with a closer look at the Artifact Nike Air Force One collection in collaboration with Takashi Murakami. Now, if you scroll up a little bit they have the little commercial. You can watch it on. You can press play and watch that, and then we'll get into it. Right? You go down. No, go down a little bit for me. Keep going. No, down, son. Right there. Yeah, hit that for the people. So they're starting to pop these up. And you can see that's them introducing the shoe. Now that's in China, but they're actually getting ready to put one of those up in New York. And all of that is just pushing the whole NFT Nike, Air Force One piece, right? Mm-hmm. And this also kind of ties into the whole Artifact Clone X, NFT piece, that whole 9 and 10, right? So when you take a look at it, it's traditionally sold as an NFT. Each sneaker in the collection will feature an embedded Artifact chip that links the NFT to the NFC, connecting digital and physical worlds together. The chip also provides authentication capabilities, ensuring each sneaker is unique and genuine. The first batch of NFTs are sold, but they're still available on the secondary platform OpenSea. If someone purchases a sneaker NFT from this collection, they will be eligible to redeem a physical pair during the Forging event, which is taking place. It's taking place from April 24th to May 8th, right? And on April 30th, Artifact and Takashi Murakami will showcase 10 sneakers at the, I want to make sure I say this right, Gisai event in Japan. This event will give sneakerheads and collectors alike the chance to get up and close personal with these incredible works of art. Murakami, who designed 2 pairs in the collection, showcasing his iconic art style in drip and DNA editions. The rest of the sneakers in the collection will be no less impressive, each telling a unique story through its design. What do you guys think?
I like the utility of it. That's what gets me real excited about NFTs in general. I don't know a lot about the designer Murakami. That's where I'm a little blue at, but I just like the path that NFTs, blockchain, all that is just kind of going into mainstream, especially in art specifically for me. So it's interesting to me.
Ralph?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think the Murakami Air Force Ones, those are going to be classic. I just think the barrier to entry on those is pretty expensive. But if you were one of the original people that bought and have held throughout, you're the winner right there. Because I think last I saw, those were going for like $9,000.
Yep. They were going
The
for
the the
$9,000.
Murakami,
The
yeah, the
Murakamis.
Murakami,
And
yeah.
there's only 150 pair of the Murakamis. He designed 2 pair. He designed 2 of them, but out of it's 150 pairs of those 2 designs, I guess.
So
Yeah,
how
the
much
big
does it
difference.
cost to get those sneakers?
$9,000.
Not okay. So the barrier to entry is $9,000, like in the beginning. Wow.
Yeah, it's
$9,000.
like 4 ETH, or what is that, 5 ETH? No more, right? Almost 7 ETH.
Yeah, somewhere around there. 70s, I guess, somewhere around there. I don't know. It's a lot of money. $9,000 is a lot of money. You do the math. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's a whole thing, right? Now, moving on, Nike and Adidas. We already know about this, but they announced their latest utility for NFT offerings. So some of the things that they're doing right now, both brands have built impressive ecosystems and communities, with Nike most notably representing Artifact and the CloneX collectors, and the Adidas have Bored Ape Yacht Club through its Indigo Hers character. In the case of Nike, Dot Swoosh, which we had already talked about, is getting ready to launch its OF1, the first digital creation in the collection, which pays tribute to the 50-year legacy and the iconic Air Force One. To participate, of course, users can choose between 2 digital boxes, Classic Remix for $19.82, and the New Wave for the same price. The Classic Remix offers a digital version of the classic archive Air Force One from 1982 to 2006, or a custom Air Force One with a nostalgic twist, while the New Wave features an archive from the 2007 onwards, or a futuristic custom Air Force One. Both boxes are said to include co-created Air Force Ones from the 4 Dot Swoosh Your Force One winners, because they had a contest to design Air Force Ones, and they had 4 winners from that. So you'll be able to grab those as well, right? On the Adidas front, its NFT ecosystem, Alts by Adidas, has reached its next stage and has announced a variety of different utilities, from IP rights. Now that's important. IP rights to customizable virtual wearables. So again, Alts by Adidas has reached its next stage and announced a variety of different utilities, from IP rights. Now, if Vinny was here, which he's probably home resting, IP rights stand for intellectual property, which means I'm sorry. Vinny, I love you, bro.
Vinny's not here to defend himself either.
I love you, Vinny.
Marcus comes in with like the left out of left field. I'm trying to pay attention to stuff. Continue, my friend.
I'm
you're
sorry.
good.
I'm trying to keep it. Okay. Anyway, IP rights mean that Adidas will be granting some intellectual property rights with some of the stuff that they're doing on the NFT front, right? So that's always important, because when you're jumping into NFTs, one of the things you want to do is look for, do you have IP rights? Do you have the right to kind of go and do what you want to do with what you're getting? As long as it matches and lines up with what they're trying to do and what they stand for, then you're kind of good to go, right? Holders of the Adidas Alt NFT gain a stake and a voice within its ecosystem, with a goal to empower them to engage with the community and participate in the platform's development and growth. Additionally, the NFT grants IP rights for allowing holders to leverage their digital assets for personal and commercial purposes, using the 3D files associated with their alt, and various artworks related to it, like alter ego backgrounds, The brand also shared that alts will be customizable with virtual wearables, unique digital experiences. Holders will also be encouraged to participate in alts by Adidas narrative, actively shaping the storyline and contributing to the brand's digital evolution, which appears to be taking a note from the Bay C playbook. What do you guys think about Nike's and Adidas getting deeper into Web3, NFT, the whole 9 to 10?
Coming from a novice, kind of like super novice when it comes to NFTs and just kind of dabbling in it, man, this is like where I want to be. Like favorite brands, like I used to really be in like just street fashion and just kind of just trying to get into it, and I kind of stepped away from it. Just you get older and whatnot, but I kind of like miss the art of it, and I feel like, and the exclusivity is the big thing, right? You just want to express yourself in exclusivity. I guess my question is, like one, so these NFTs have dropped already, is that right?
Yeah, these have dropped. They have so Nike and of course Adidas has a web presence already. So you can go out on OpenSea and try to, find one that works for you. But even more so than that, just Google. I always tell people GTS, man, Google that shit. It'll tell you everything that you need to know as far as like you wanting to get in and a great starting point for you to get in. Now, of course, Bay C is out the door, so you can't even jump in at a Bay C price. And Nike Artifact, that's Clone X. Clone X's are cheap right now. So, you could try to jump in and grab one of those. They're about 2 ETH, which is about $4,000. So, if you really want to get a great starting point on a blue chip, Clone X all day. Clone X all day. You know what I'm saying? That is that would be a great place for you to start. Now, kind of moving from NFTs to coins, and I wanted to, get with Ralph on this. Ralph, tell us what's going on with Pepe right now.
To the moon.
Can you say, and of course, not financial advice, do your own research.
Right.
Don't want to tell nobody to go do whatever. I know, Ferd, I know you can't have these conversations, Ferd. There you go.
You just put it up. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, put it up, Ferd. We're not here telling you to go do anything, Ferd. Ferd, we ain't telling you to. I got you. But go ahead, tell us about Pepe.
Yeah, so in the same mold, I guess, of Doge, I'm pretty sure you guys have heard of Doge. Even you've heard. I'm pretty sure you heard of Doge, right? Doge.
Oh yeah,
Remember when Elon was talking about Doge?
Sure.
So Pepe is essentially the same thing. It's a meme. Comes from 4chan, and it literally popped up. I want to say about a week and a half ago, and it's at this point it's done about maybe more than 100x if you held from the beginning. So there's stories about guys that have bought for $27, some bought for $200, and now they're multimillionaires. And this has only been a week. So the Pepe craze has kind of just jumped from the actual meme coin to comics, books, DVDs, anything associated with Pepe. So this is actually the first appearance of Pepe. It's Boys Club #1. And as you can see, these sold within the past week. These were the only 3 that I saw listed on eBay, and they all sold within the past week. The 9.8 I think was one of the first, and then the other 2 went first or went after that. But if you look at that 9.8, I don't know what the actual sold price was, but was that almost $3,000?
Yeah, it was almost $3,000.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, I don't know what the print run is on this, but my eyes immediately went from the coin to anything else that Matt Fury has done, art wise, book wise, and it's all been going super quick. It's all been moving on eBay. Trey, I even asked you about this, right?
Oh yeah, no. What's funny was on Unpressable Defects, Jimmy Linguini. This was one of his speculations. I promise, there's a dude in Toronto getting rich off this book exactly here that we're discussing because he bought dozens and dozens of them from Amazon, from the Matt Fury, direct from the Matt Fury store, and was big on this 6, 7, 8 years ago.
Wow, hindsight, man.
Was it just made to order basically? Was that what?
I don't think it was made to order at the time. I think it was a pretty finite, limited deal because Fury was getting sued because they were trying to tie Pepe as a right-wing conservative thing during the Trump era.
Dude,
Yeah.
I remember you guys talking about that like in 2018, 2017. Holy shit, man. That's so crazy.
Yep. You go back and listen to a lot of those. We made a lot of people a lot of fucking money if they'd listened back in that day, to be honest with you.
So I mean,
but no, this was one of the ones that he was speculating on heavy.
So I mean, like I mentioned earlier, these were the only 3 that I saw listed on eBay. There's none anywhere else that I could find. So either these are all in Jimmy Linguini's long box, or somebody has them stuffed in a long box somewhere. Didn't even know that these are selling.
I think I have 2 of them. I just don't know where the fuck they are. Like I said, I have so many comics that I can't tell you where they are, and I have no clue what box they're in, and I really don't give a shit. That's the problem.
Oh man, you're in a sad state, Trey. What's your address again? I'll come over.
Yeah, we're coming a bit. I think I got a couple of vacation time.
You don't want them no
up.
more, Trey. I'll take them.
We'll help you clean up, man. It's all good. Yeah.
The crazy thing to me. The crazy thing to me is that this is crypto. This is crypto guys buying this, and I think this has got to be the first time something like this has crossed over from crypto to comics, as far as like books spiking like this, right?
Absolutely. I can't even tell you a time when this has happened.
Yeah.
So this is crazy.
Dude, the dirtiest flip I ever had wasn't even the Pepe. It was when Tiger King, like literally the day that Tiger King came out.
Yeah.
I went on and I was buying those CDs for $9 from the Amazon web store and the DVDs and flipping them for a couple $100 on fucking eBay.
Wow.
The old Tiger King shit, Joe stuff was getting crazy there for a while.
Man, was that was before COVID though, right? That was like a year before COVID, right? Tiger King. I remember my dad used to watch that shit all the time. Anyway, all right. Grimes.
So,
what's up with Grimes?
Yeah, so Canadian singer Grimes, as you can tell, if you haven't, been moving around, if you've been living up under a rock, these AI generated songs have been kind of taken off. We talk about them in our group chat. There was one that was sent today where Michael Jackson is doing the Weeknd, doing the Weeknd song.
Dude.
And I feel it coming, and it sounds like Mike. I mean, sounds like Mike. So this young lady right here, Grimes, she announced that she would do a 50-50 for anybody that does an AI generated song with her voice, and she's willing to split the royalties for any successful track. I'm going to tell you why this is a game changer, because if other artists decide to do that, if Drake decides to do that, if anybody else decides to do that, that basically cuts out the record company. And they're working directly with, whoever outside of the song, let's say it's a song. I mean, because it wouldn't be a song that they would be putting out. It's like a song that they're redoing. Right. So, so you think about it, like Michael Jackson, let's say the estate of Michael Jackson says that this is cool, where they do something with the Weeknd, that becomes a play. That switches the game up, exponentially. It's kind of risky, but again, this is where we're going. Skynet is about to be online anyway, right? So, and as you read further down into this, article, it just kind of talks about how, they hate the fact that, Universal is really speaking out on it, right? Stating that artists use music to train generative AI violates copyright laws and their agreements. I wish Vinny was on to really talk more about it, right? But they also warned about the availability of infringing content with generative AI on DSPs, meaning that they put the song out and make it available for Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music, and that whole 9 and 10. Because somebody made some money on the one joint that received over 600,000 streams on Spotify. There was some money that was made on that. So, it's a sketchy part, but again, here we are. And I also, believe at this point more than ever, AI is getting ready to be the new artist. So, I mean, get ready for that. Get ready for, your favorite artist to really kind of be obsolete, because AI can do the job.
Yeah, that Michael Jackson, I forgot who sent in the chat earlier, dude. I was blasting that like on my way to the airport today. It was so good.
Yeah,
It was good.
It was really good.
It was good stuff.
Awesome, man. That's cool stuff, Marcus. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Man. I'm here to serve.
Oh,
That's it. I'm here to serve.
good stuff. All right, moving on to our next segment here. So going from sneakers, NFTs, comic books, and mags. You know, obviously our focus, we're trying to do a little more other than comic books, but you guys may have seen the news today, but or this past week, James Gunn did mention that he is going to look into the static verse, those type of characters. I think this is the best book to get out of all the books out there. It's a last issue static. It's a ghost. I cannot find it anywhere for under $100.
The Mobius variant?
The Mobius, yeah.
No, that's who the artist is.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's the reason that book is so fucking hard to find. Mobius did the fucking cover on it. That's a Mobius cover.
Okay, well then there you go. That's why I can't find it. But I'm also looking. I think I mentioned this last week or a couple weeks ago. I've also been looking for the second series, Burnout 2000, 2001, kind of same time at the cartoon came out. Did you guys ever watch the cartoon at all? It's pretty good.
No, I didn't. No.
There's a lot of villains in it. There's a lot of he has a lot of enemies in that series. Anyways, I dug it. I watched it with my cousin's son. He's like 13, and him and his friends, they watch Static as far as DC, and they prefer DC over Marvel, which I thought was interesting. And then also, I don't know if you guys had seen, but CGC had mentioned it or had up their times on magazine turnaround time, 60 days for just standard. I think it's like $30 a magazine. Did you guys see that?
I did. I saw that.
Are you guys looking to sub any magazines anytime soon?
Yeah, I mean, I just got a first cover, or I guess are they calling it first appearance of Mickey Mantle on a Sports Illustrated? I just picked that up, but I showed you guys the Derek Jeter first cover.
Yep.
But I don't know. I mean, I feel like people are buying, but is it people that are trying to flip that are buying them to, flip down the road? I don't know if the average person is still, going out and saying, hey, I want the first magazine cover of Tiger Woods, that sort of thing.
I hope they do.
Yeah, I mean, eventually you want it to get to that point, but at this moment, are people actually, is the average guy going out? So if the average guy had the choice to pick up Tiger Woods's first card or his first magazine appearance, they're gonna go for the card, right? Yeah,
probably
Well,
at
it
this
depends.
stage. I don't know.
You can get, but the thing about it is, though, you can get in on the first magazine way cheaper than you can get in on the 97 SI Sports Kids. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Mhm.
Or the 2001 SP Upper Deck cards, which are his two mainstay rookie cards. I mean, you can get that first Golf Digest, which I talked about, that Golf Digest November 1981. I mean, it's a ghost. It's almost impossible to find.
Mhm.
But his first cover was in 90. I have. Give me 2 seconds here. I can find it. But his first cover was on Golf Digest, and I think it was 96 after he won his third U.S. AM.
Yeah, I honestly think the magazine market is in its infancy just because the fact that like CGC doesn't even know. It seems like they don't have enough like information on what the first cover or first mention or what's the significance of XYZ magazine. I've emailed them a couple times to ask them about certain things, and they just like, oh, we don't know. We'll have to get back to you, or they won't like recognize a first appearance within a magazine, what have you. And I mean, the buy-in for these magazines, it's pretty low. Like Trey was saying earlier, like the first Ahsoka and in Star Wars Insider goes for like $60. I mean, that's the first Ahsoka. I mean, it's her first appearance in print. That's crazy.
Yeah, I think this stuff eventually will hit, but right now, it kind of just feels like you said, it's in its infancy, so it's a good time to buy and just hold on to these and sit on them. And then once that wave does start happening, where people are actively looking, the average person is actively looking for the first magazine appearance. I think that's the time to sent to CGC. If they ever put that first appearance, like
Mhm.
the sentence on the top of the label, that's kind of when you know it's go time.
How much did you get that for, Trey?
$23, and that is the first cover appearance. It's the 1994. Excuse me, I don't know why it's not focusing, but now it's turning covers and shit. But that's the cover you're looking for. The V for Power. It is I got a newsstand with no label. Picked that up for $23.
Dude, I mean, like even if it doesn't go up in price, man, like that's a golf collector's collection right there. You know what I mean? So
I picked up the first appearance of Phil Mickelson. I got that one which Vinny and I talked about a few weeks ago, that 1961, the Jack Nicklaus's first cover. I mean, it's very speculative play. You said it best, and Ralph said it best. You know, they're not quite there yet. You know, the magazine is slowly starting to gain momentum and some steam in collectors' eyes. You know, the Nintendo Power stuff we talked about. And a lot of people just don't know about these magazines. And I think it's one of those ones in the next 5 years, the market's going to continually grow depending on how fast CGC gets them out. If CGC starts pumping these out a lot faster, I think more and more people are going to start subbing magazines, and you're going to see the increase in collectability and people looking to do them. But on this 6 to 9 months waiting time to get your magazines back, I think people are holding their cash in their pocket, to be honest with you. So,
being picky. I am. I mean, I'm being picky. I got 2 magazines today. You guys want to see them?
I thought you're gonna do a reveal later. You're gonna do it now.
I mean, a magazine section. Might as well do it now, right?
Let's do it.
All right. So,
you know what they are?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you got these within 2 months?
I got these back in 2 months.
Go to full screen on you, Fer. There you go.
Yeah. Sorry, my computer's a little slow. So this is the Ahsoka. This is from Mutant.
What the hell is that?
Sorry, my screen's kind of 9.2.
Yeah,
not too bad, right?
That looks nice, man.
So this one,
what did that cost you, Ferd? If you don't mind me asking you,
I think I paid $32 for this.
I mean, the grading process.
Grade. Right? It was like $32.
So you're about $75 all in with shipping there and back and forth for that.
Yeah,
I think you're gonna make money on that. To be honest with you.
And it's more of like an experiment. I just wanted to see it's really thick. I mean, you guys can see it's really thick, and they do a really good job. I mean, I'm really impressed, honestly. And this one, I don't know if you guys even know what this is, but I'll tell you in a second. But it's super rare. I saw one list on eBay in 9.8 for like $3K.
Oh shit.
Do you guys know this magazine? Carpe Noctem, issue 1? No. Okay, I'll tell you in a second.
Horror magazine?
Sorta. So 9.2. I paid $200 for this. It's here's I don't know if you can see, but oops, hold on. Can't really see, but it's the first appearance of Johnny the Homicidal Maniac, and they label it in the magazine. Appearance? Yeah.
On the label?
Yeah, on the label. So they actually did label this. So
okay.
And again, I think it's just like they're slowly kind of getting the info on these magazines and all first appearances or whatever. So I was pretty happy.
Who the hell is Johnny the Homicidal Maniac?
Oh, you don't know who Johnny is? Dude, that was one of the biggest independent books. It's got like 32 printings of the first #1 right now. It's one of the most. Every year they print a new print of it, but it's got.
There's like 13 printings.
Is it 13 there too?
It's some crazy. I think it might be even more, but slave labor graphics, and there was like mentions of a series, a cartoon series of it coming out. But I mean, that Carpe Noctem is like it's a goth era like goth lifestyle magazine, and randomly on 2 pages of it, it's Johnny the Homicidal Maniac in black and white. So I thought it was kind of very like niche, like. Kind of a risk, you know. I bought it for $200, but a 9.2 from a magazine for 94. That I was stoked.
If the 9.8s are going for $3,000, I could see you getting $1,200 for that 9.2. So you're in. I think you're in the money if you wanted to be.
Yeah. Thanks.
And it's one of those things that people, and once more and more people realize that that's the first appearance of Johnny.
Yeah.
That you know what I mean. If you can afford to hold on to that thing, I think you did good, Ferd, on both of them.
Yeah.
I love that Star Wars Insider.
Yeah, and again, it's like I was just kind of like, It was just I want to see how the turnaround was and like just the quality and just how it looked. And they present really well. So yeah, 60 days, guys. If you're trying to try out the magazine instead of 25 comic book submissions, I mean, try it out. I had a good experience. And yeah, they came out pretty good. The 3 magazines I put out here were just like that Joe Burrow I've seen go for like, you know, triple digits in raw. CGC graded goes for maybe $8 to $1,000. So if you have that, you know, look out for that. That Sports Illustrated, the Chosen one, that was the first SI issue I ever kept. Right? That was an easy one. Bryce Harper's probably the number 2 easy, like kind of SI one. Do you guys have that issue or any of those issues?
I was this close to picking up the Joe Burrow, but I was just like, man, I'm too late.
Yeah,
I should have got it months ago.
And Trey, that Sports Illustrated, I was also thinking like later stuff, right? So like the first Tiger on Sports Illustrated is probably tough to get, or you just have to soup around for it. But I don't know. I love that. I love the cover of that Sports Illustrated. I mean, it's the Masters. It's his last, potentially, right? His last championship. So when you're thinking of like, you know, Hank Aaron on the cover of Sports Illustrated hitting the most home run record, or like, you know, Cal Ripken's, you know, record-setting game or you know, streak or whatever. Those are something, I think that's something to kind of look into later down the road when Tiger retires. You know, that's like his last championship, right? Who wouldn't want Jordan's last championship on a SI cover?
The shot, yeah.
With the news, you know, obviously with the Masters 2 weeks ago and Tiger having to pull out in the 3rd round and then having ankle surgery, I think there is a very good chance that is the last time we will ever see Tiger Woods win a golf tournament. Now, the PGA Senior Tour, when he turns 50, they allow golf carts due to medical exemptions. So if Tiger didn't have to walk those 5-6 miles a day on the 18 holes, he could compete every week. But walking up and down on those hills without having a right calf barely and having all those issues with his ankle, he just can't do it anymore. It just he tries. I mean, it's not for lack of effort, but
sure,
his body has just given out on him. And there's the other thing too. He fucked himself in the early 2000s. And you can read about this, but his dad was in the Special Forces at one point in time, and he really wanted to be a Navy SEAL and was training with the Navy SEALs. He was running in sand in boots and fucked up a lot of his feet, and that's how he hurt his tibia in the 2001 deals. So he has been very, very hard on that body, unfortunately. He's in great shape. I mean, he's built like a brick shithouse, but at the same point in time, that body's got a lot of miles on it.
I just love that cover.
He's fucked a lot of Waffle House waitresses too. So that's, oh man, it is what it is. Tigers live life to the fullest.
Dude, I went to Waffle House for the first time in my life like a year ago, and I freaking loved every minute of it. That was a good time.
What's funny is I haven't been to the Waffle House in, like, honest to God, a decade. And when I was in Houston and met with Marcus and Vinny, Vinny made me go to the damn Waffle House for about 4 days.
That's awesome.
You know what? I missed that Waffle House meeting, and you know that hurt me because I told Vinny that I wanted to go to Waffle House with you guys. And,
I think you knew. Oh no, I remember you had to bail early because you had your ear, nose, and throat. He had an ear, nose, and throat appointment that he was. That explains why. I wish we had the photo of Marcus. That's what we should have put him on blast. We should have put that nose photo up while he went on there.
Send it to me next time. Just kidding. Oh, Marcus, I was thinking Vinny. I don't know why. Whatever. Moving on to action figures, Star Wars specifically. Star Wars is on my mind lately. So, but Trey, you mentioned that Ahsoka first action figure from 2008, and dude, it is cheap. It's like $30 last time I saw.
Yep, that's you know what I mean. If Ahsoka hit, it's crazy her popularity just off cartoons. Between the Rebels and the Clone Wars and her popularity, I mean, you can get her first appearance for it costs more to get her first appearance than it does to get a Boba Fett first appearance. Star Wars 8. So and then one of the things is people are starting to grade more and more action figures. This is a very difficult action figure to get in high grade due to the shape of the helmet and the tab. You see that little hang tab at the far top left on that? It would be on the right looking at it from face backwards.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
If you look at that, almost every single one of those are crumbled and destroyed. So because it's not a square, you know what I mean? Trying to put it in anything, any type of bumping, that's the first thing that's going to grip. So if you actually look at all the ones that are listed, a majority of those ones are banged up pretty good. So I think if you're able to get one of those 2000 and any of those 2008 Clone Wars with a really solid card on there and get them graded, I think you're going to do very, very well.
I thought I had the first appearance, but I don't. I got the first Black Series. Okay.
That's the first Black Series? That's so cool, though. Oh, what the heck?
but it ain't that kind of money. It ain't like, I got the first Black Series, but it ain't.
It's a tough one. Yeah, I don't. The only Ahsoka stuff is the magazines. I've just been trying to get through the magazine stuff. And there's other Star Wars stuff. Did you guys ever play the Star Wars game in like the mid '90s from Decipher?
I didn't, but I know about
it. So I just bought a box of them like in 2018 just to kind of relive some memories and all that. But recently I just kind of keep an eye on them, like just for my personal, not really trying to flip them or try and grade them or anything like that. But like they've been going up a little bit. I've noticed lately. And let's see here. Let me do this real quick. There's a guy I follow on Instagram, and he does Decipher cards in general, but he's been posting up these prices of Star Wars card collecting game. And so here's one. So they have like Mara Jade. Like this one went for, it's a gem mint. Oh, this is for sale. Sorry. Here's one. So this is from the 3rd series, I think. This is PSA 9. This goes raw for like, I don't know, 100, 200 bucks. PSA 9 went for almost $1,000. And that's not a 10, it's just PSA 9. This one's one of the most heralded ones. This is from 2000. This is in a foil. There's a foil version that goes for like triple. Very collectible. And they just recently, like I have this one actually. I'll show it off in a second. This one for $611. And the pictures are pretty cool. I mean, they're from the movie, so it's pretty tight. And here's another one.
Surprised.
What's that?
I'm not even surprised these Star Wars cards do numbers. I mean, Trey, do you remember that Star Wars Sapphire that came out a couple years ago? They just randomly dropped it on Tops. I was able to pick up a couple, but I actually bought one on eBay for $400 and flipped it for $8. That's how crazy those were going back then. I don't know if you have Bird and Marcus, do you remember those?
I do remember those.
Absolutely.
It was like a random drop on Tops a couple years ago.
No.
I did not. Yeah.
So this is like I have a couple of them.
I shit to bed.
But and the black they're kind of tough in high grade because of the black borders. But I got this out of a box like a year ago. I posted. I have a video on my YouTube channel. But this Millennium Falcon is like really tough to find. There was a bunch of sets out there, but you can buy singles for like of the main characters for like $20, $25. And if you find a good grade, get PSA 9, you could flip it for quite a bit of money. I had no idea why they're starting to go up in price a little bit. There's other ones from like there's episodes 1 and 3 that there's a Darth Maul that goes for like 200 raw, but I've seen it go for like 700 in an 8.5, which it's pretty easy. I mean, it's not too tough of a grade to get. So if you find one online, it might be worth. It might be something to look into. But yeah, I just haven't seen a lot of shows talk about it, and I mean, the game isn't going on anymore, so that's probably a main reason of it. But Star Wars collectors they collect everything Star Wars, right?
Yeah, exactly. So that's what it is.
Anyway, sports cards. This is all you guys, man. I'll talk about my part in a second, but go for it.
No, the first one is the #1 draft pick out of last year's draft, the 2022 draft. Jackson Holliday, a shortstop out of Stillwater, Oklahoma, who's Matt Holliday's son, the ex-Yankee, Colorado Rocky, and St. Louis Cardinal guy, was promoted from low A to high A last week due to him being a fucking stud. The worst part about this deal is I've tried to buy 2 of his cards in the last 60 days. And both of them that I bought were sent to eBay to be authenticated. And both of the times they found issues with the cards that weren't listed. So I got refunded. And of course he gets promoted and now his cards are bumped up about another $100, which Ralph and I have been talking about it for a couple of weeks, to buy on the dip. You got to hope that the kid has a slump at some point in time and people forget about him. But I'm one of those assholes that just think he's going to keep hitting and doing good. And he's going to be at the high AA by the end of the year. So I hope I didn't miss the boat, to be completely honest on him.
Yeah, I don't think he did. The life cycle of these prospects is all, it's super volatile. They'll have an extremely good month and then they fall off the face of the earth the next. But he's like you said, he's a stud. But I don't think his trajectory is gonna go straight up. He's gonna have a couple bad weeks. It has to happen. Once he moves up to different levels of pitching, that's where the slump might happen. But I think the buy-in can still be. You showed me it was like 500, right? This past week.
You can get a raw for 350-ish, but here's the thing. If you go look, for whatever reason, there is not a lot of PSA 10s or SGC 10s. I think there was 9 10s on the SGC account, and I haven't looked at the PSA, but there's a lot of 8s and 7s. So, and the thing about it is, if you look at his autograph is real loopy. And a lot of it goes onto the card, onto the borders of the card. So getting anything really high grade from him has been difficult from what it looks like to me. Now, the refractors, he did his signature a little bit better on the refractors and some of the higher end parallels. But on the base card that most people can afford, it's been – and I think that's one of the reasons that the first time I bought the card, I think that's why eBay rejected it, is because of the autograph was off of the card and onto the side of it. So – they don't give you exact details. They say that there was an imperfection found that wasn't listed.
That's so weird. Huh.
Dude,
so they don't grade it then, or what do they do?
Here's the crazy part about it is fucking eBay called me, which I actually got to give eBay credit because I looked on my phone as at eBay and I was like, this got to be a fucking scam.
Yeah,
but for real. Honestly, but for whatever reason, I decided to answer it. It was a guy in Las Vegas. He's like, hey, I got some bad news. One of the cards that you had been submitted to authentication. We found some things that weren't listed on there. And he's like, would you like to keep the card or would you like to have a refund? I said, let's send that fucking refund back over. So I don't know. What's crazy is his brother, Ethan Holiday, is at the same high school and is even more highly rated at the same age. So it's pretty crazy to think.
So are we buy or sell on Jackson Holiday right now?
I would buy. Honestly, the kid, if he doesn't get injured, he's on the fast track to the major leagues. I mean, he's a left-handed power hitting shortstop and the thing about it is, though, he had one error in like 32 games and into last year and the beginning of this year at shortstop. It's almost unheard of at that low A ball. So
popcorn.
I would if you got some extra money, if you got some money laying around and you can get one of those cards, I highly recommend buying one. Not just me though. Same with your boy Kelenic, man. I wish that everyone would have fucking listened to you and bought that at the beginning of the season because you could have flipped it and made a pretty penny. He is raking the ball. Yeah. Unbelievable how. I mean, he's kicking Julio's ass.
Dude.
When it comes to power numbers and everything.
So is it time to sell the Julio card? That's all I need.
No.
This is the thing with
sell your Julio.
So this is the thing with Julio right now. So he's slumping big time, right? I think he's affected by the pitch clock. And last year when he came up, like he was hitting like 211, and everyone's kind of like, there's a little more pressure on him, right? He signed a big contract. He's hitting leadoff for God's sakes. So he's getting a lot of chances to mess up. He hit a home run 2 days ago. So he struck out 3 times though. He went 1 for 4 with a home run. To Marcus, to answer your question about Julio, yeah, I would hold on to him. I'm hoping it's just he just starts out slow, and then when it gets hot over here in Seattle, he starts heating up. Which is what happens, right?
Let's be honest; those Dominicans and the Caribbean players and all those the south of the equator players, they heat up when it fucking gets above 75 and 80. That's
100. Yeah,
you can go look like the guys from Michigan, Ohio, and shit like that. They're hitting good right now. Juan Soto and those guys are not doing so good right now. Juan Soto's batting like 208.
Yeah. And Kelenic, like you're saying, Trey, I mean, he's hitting the ball like just so, like he's just so patient. And I think the pitch clock is actually helping him not think in between pitches. Batters think a little too much. I think that was getting to him. You can still find, like, I bought a Bowman's Best auto that looked pretty centered and, pretty good. His 2018 rookie year for $32. And that was a week ago. I just got it. I'm gonna submit it to Beckett. I'm actually gonna offer up to give away a couple of his 2021 rookies to someone after the show. Just comment, like, subscribe, all that stuff. But whoever has the best comment after the show airs, I'll send out some new stuff. But yeah, I'm not saying I told you so. You know, whatever, however you want to spend your money. But yeah, I think
he's batting Steve Austin right now with 7 home runs, 14 RBIs, 3 stolen bases, and 1,046 OBS percentage. He can keep that up, man. He's gonna fuck you. Like I said, I wish I would have picked up. I just don't like Mets players, and to be honest with you, that's the whole reason I didn't buy his rookie card, is because I just don't like Mets. I don't buy Dodgers, Cardinals, Mets, and Royals. Those are the fucking 14.
You don't buy the Dodgers?
I can't fucking
Dodgers is a gold mine. If you're bringing up Dodger prospects, that's a gold mine.
Dude, Oklahoma City is the AAA Dodger affiliate.
Exactly.
And my best friend's a Dodgers fan. That's one of those things. I just can't have those motherfuckers in the
house. Cool. So I guess we're all behind Jared Kelenic, sounds like, right now. Yeah, he's doing pretty good, man. Someone I mentioned, Brian Reynolds, I just saw the Mariners were really big about trying to get him in the offseason. I think a lot of teams were trying to trade for him. Well, the Pirates are pretty hot. I know, so it's not even May yet. I know it's still really early in the season, but he did sign an 8-year, $108 million contract. I know he plays for the Pirates. I know he's like 28, 27 years old. He's a little bit up there for a prospect, quote unquote. Would you buy or sell Brian Reynolds now?
I think the age, for prospecting, the age is definitely past the age you'd want him to be. But that's a tough one. If he got to Yankees or Dodgers or something like that, I could definitely see his card getting another bump. But I don't know who's really watching the Pirates unless you're a big time baseball fan.
I mean, the only reason I saw it is because of the contract announcement. So it looks like this. I guess Reynolds is a sell. Cool. All right.
So here's a name that's not on the list, but his name is Christian Encarnacion Strand. He just got promoted to AAA from the Reds. He's an Oklahoma State guy. He almost made the roster. He had the highest home run total and RBI total in spring training, and they sent him to AA. He was in AA for about 2 weeks because he was injured. He called up in his very first at bat, he fucking hit a triple. Trust me, if you can get a Christian Encarnacion Strand card, an SGC or a PSA card for under a couple $100, buy it, because he is going to make it to the big leagues this year, and the kid's going to rake. I promise you.
Yeah,
you can't be higher on a baseball prospect than I am CES, to be honest with you.
What position does he play?
He is a left fielder. He played third base at Oklahoma State, but they've been trying him in the outfield.
Okay, I just put an offer in for once. So cool. And then I put in Fernando Tatis Jr. I was cracking up. I saw highlights. They're booing him in Chicago. They're basically calling him out for like taking roids, and he was dancing, man. Dude, that guy cracks me up, man. I thought it was hilarious. But
he played for the Padres, but I think he's got this heel turn, and he's got everybody against him. And I don't know if he can really turn it around and start, playing well, become an all-star again. I can definitely see that card, doing its thing.
What about you, Trey? Would you buy Tatis Jr. here?
Nope. I mean, here's the thing. I think his cards rose to the point, 2 years ago when he was the most nuclear baseball player in the game. And then to have the fall that he had, I'm trying to think of a player that was, that people were speculating on, and then they got the steroid stuff happening. The only one I came up with was Ryan Braun. He came off the MVP season and everything else, and then he got busted for steroids, and his cards aren't worth shit anymore. Now, here's the thing. Tatis is just young enough where if he puts up numbers for 3 or 4 years like he did his rookie year, I think his cards are going to increase in value, but I just don't see people investing in cheaters, and they can say it was tainted meat and they can do all the different stuff, the supplement deal, but he was busted for performance enhancing drugs. And I don't know. I'd have a hard time spending my hard-earned money on him personally. I think he's an unbelievable talent. I think it's sad what happened. I don't know if he necessarily deserves all the heat, but at the same point in time, what happened. So I wouldn't be spending any money personally on Tatis myself.
If you found it dirt cheap, would you take a flyer on him?
It depends on which card it was, to be honest with you. You know, if it was one of the Bowman Chrome,
Yeah,
you
Bowman.
know, and I got a lot of those paper Chicago cards from whatever year. I think that was 218. I forget what year his rookie was. It was either 218 or 217, but I got a bunch of those. And I don't know. It's just sad because, like I said, he was the most exciting prospect that baseball had seen in a long, long time. And just to have that fall from grace was, you know, the injuries and then to come out and miss his whole year last year because of steroids. That's tough.
Yeah, you didn't even play in the playoffs when the Padres were like so fun to watch. I mean, baseball last year was so much fun, and he wasn't even part of it, you know. So, yeah, I just kind of wondered about that. Okay, cool, good stuff. That was kind of a fun segment. Bowman Chrome 2023. What did it do?
They came out a couple days ago.
Are you guys excited? I know I was. All the research that goes into picking up these cards.
I love Bowman every year, to be honest with you, because
yeah, right.
The cool thing about Bowman is that you don't know who's going to hit out of there. Like there's super highly touted prospects like the Drew Jones, and I'll let Ralph go into a few more of them here in a second. But you just don't know which one of these 17, 18, 19-year-old kids is going to develop and be a fucking stud. That's what happens every year out of Bowman. Is there somebody that's not highly touted that makes it to high AA or AAA and blows up that next year and then makes it to the big leagues and his card blows up. And that's what's great about Bowman is you don't have to be a perfect speculator. You just got to be smart enough to keep your shit. If you get a colored auto or, you know, you get any type of parallels, hold on to them because that's what's crazy. You see people every week, especially this week, anytime they get any hits, they're putting them up on eBay and trying to flip them. And those, you know, that $25 flip that, you know, you just made could have been the next Mike Trout or could have been the next, you know, Julio Rodriguez, et cetera, et cetera. That's what's fun to me about in every year of Bowman. And I'm more excited. Like I said, I like the mega boxes. I like the Mojo refractors.
Those are the best.
The availability. Yeah.
Best product.
I'm excited though.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, every year with Bowman, there's always that guy that everybody's chasing. This year is Drew Jones, Justin Crawford, those guys. And like I was telling you guys earlier, those are the guys that I personally am not going to chase their singles. If I do hit in a box, then for sure I'll sit on it. But that link that you sent me, Trey, $500 for that base Drew Jones, it's just like this guy's coming off an injury. He hasn't really played, and he had an extended spring training, and I think he hit like a $170. So I mean, it's not a huge sample size, but to me, it's just a ton of money to invest in a guy that hasn't really done much. And on the flip side, you have Davison De Los Santos, who's been with the team since 2021. He's played in the complex league, single A, double. He's gotten as high as double A, and each step of the way, he's not hit. I don't want to say he's raked, but he's done decent. He's done well, and he's the same age as Drew Jones. I don't know what his cards are going for, but I can tell you that they're not going for what Drew Jones's cards is going for. So, I mean, that's kind of the way I approach it. Is if I'm gonna drop some money on these cards, let me do a bit of research, not just go for the huge chase of this year's Bowman. But are there any other guys that you guys have been looking for as far as Bowman? Just like low key guys. I have a couple as well.
You look on there and you got the tier 1 guys. You got the Justin Crawfords, the Drew Jones, the Eduardo Julians, the Cam Colliers, the Spencer Jones, Lazaro Montes, the Junior Camineros, people like that. You know, but you're exactly right. You know, if you look, everyone's so excited about Corbin Carroll and the Diamondbacks that it's very, very easy to forget that De Los Santos, like you said, has been raking for the last 2 years. And is just as young as a lot of these people because a lot of those Dominicans are able to sign contracts at 16 and 17 now. Right. That's why Jason Dominguez was so hyped up as what he was, is what he was doing at 16 and 17 years of age in rookie leagues. So it's interesting. That's what's fun about it is you just don't know which one of these kids are going to develop. You know, which one of these 6'1", 145-pound kids in 2 years is going to turn into a fucking monster. The next Miguel Cabrera, whatever it may be. So I love it. Like I said, Ralph and I were not arguing, but we were discussing before the podcast, you know, do you go jumbos? Do you go retail? Do you go blaster? And there's a couple of videos that is pretty interesting. You know, with the jumbos, you get 3 guaranteed autographs. Correct? Am I talking on my
Yeah,
ass?
3. It's 3 in the jumbo.
Yeah.
It's always fun to get the 3 guaranteed autographs, and those boxes like for whatever reason they weren't posted as much. We haven't seen as many links. You've seen plenty of links to all the other boxes, but the jumbos seem to be. Yeah, you're not getting a lot of jumbo links right now, and that's what's interesting.
Personally, those are that's the product that I usually go for. I usually like to sit on one and rip the other to attempt to kind of get my money back. But if I don't, screw it. You have these autos. Who knows if these guys turn into somebody? A couple other guys that I was looking at is Jose DePaula from I know you don't like the Dodgers, but this guy's 16-year-old stud. He's one of the his
16. Wow.
Yeah, he's 16. I'm gonna say that his cards aren't cheap. They're a bit pricey because he's a Dodger, but he's been raking as well. Another guy from the Cubs, Matt Mervis. I'm not sure if you've heard of him, Trey. To me, he's like the easiest shoe-in to get called up within the maybe next 2 months. Eric Hosmer hasn't been doing too well, and this guy's been raking. So if you're going for that quick flip route, Matt Mervis might be that guy.
Dude, I have a hard time rooting for the Cubs this year just because of fucking Cody Bellinger. I can't tell you how much it bothers me looking to see that stupid motherfucker in our center field.
How's he doing?
True guy.
He, to be honest with you, started off slow. The last 10 days, he's actually hitting the ball. Ever since the Dodgers series at Wrigley, he's not striking out near as much, but he's the kind of guy that fucking forgets how to spell his own last name.
Yeah.
I just.
You know that whole Justin Hayward and Cody Bellinger situation? That was just a dick measuring contest, right? To see who can make this guy better with what team.
Yeah, fucking Hayward was the biggest waste of money the Cubs have ever spent on any player. Ever. The guy was a fucking 200 hitter, couldn't hit. Nah. The Braves fleeced us bad.
That contract, yep.
Oh, because they got the pick, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Speaking of Jason Dominguez, he's been struggling a little bit. Seems like
he did hit his first home run last week, but his adjustment to high AA has not been as smooth as one thought. A lot of people in the Yankees, a lot of the beat writers, stuff like that, think he was pouting pretty heavy. That Volpe got called up and made the roster, and he didn't. So they think it was basically him kind of pouting, and now that he's kind of done pouting, he's starting to hit the ball a lot better. He's starting to hit the ball the opposite field too, which that's when he's hitting his best. He's hitting the ball to left center and the left field, and that's what he's starting to do. So
he's fast as hell too. Like on MLB show, he's like a 98 speed.
Five-tool player that's one of the things everyone was so excited about him. I mean, he was a switch hitter, has a rocket arm, and can run. So those are.
It's like a running back playing baseball.
The thing about him is that's exactly what I was going to mention is when he steps into the batter's box, the guy's intimidating. The guy's like he's built like almost Bo Jackson.
Yeah.
I think it's just a mini slump, but he'll definitely start raking.
I hope so. Like I said, I got a lot of money invested in that kid, and I was excited about him, to be honest with you. That was during the pandemic. I mean, there wasn't a lot to be.
Yeah.
Another thing too is you got to forget a lot of those young kids got fucked over during the pandemic when there wasn't any minor league baseball. So there's honestly about 18 months of development that a lot of those kids that were drafted that year and rookies that year did not get. So traveling and taking flights and doing a lot of stuff. There's new to a lot of these kids this year and at the end of last year when everything kind of went back to normal.
Yeah, I wonder what position that affects the most. Like on the offensive side, I don't really care about pitchers too much just because they don't just do very well. But I wonder if it's does it affect a center fielder more or shortstop?
Catcher? I think as a hitter, that your timing, if you're not in the batter's box and if you're not taking BP and if you're not, I don't want to compare it exactly to golf where you need to be playing almost every day to kind of perfect your swing. But you definitely, if you take time off of baseball and you're not swinging the bat, your timing is going to be fucked.
Yep. Oh, he's 100% right.
Trey, I couldn't find that SI spec for John Ram, but I found that cool picture of him for you.
Dude, you're good, man. To be honest with you, Jon Rahm is the #1 player in golf, and he's by far the best player in the world right now. He is very, very young still. He's a kid out of Spain. He's got 2 majors, and he already has 20 professional wins.
Wow.
He is one of those guys that if he stays healthy, he is going to win 8 to 10 majors and put him in a completely different category than a lot of golfers. I mean, the Ben Hogans, the Sam Sneads, the people like that. It's a 2019 card. I mean, you could pick this up for $40-50 about 6 months ago. Now you can, I mean, the lowest you can get it for on eBay is 130 for the sheet. And the sheet, I mean, the card's all walk-sided, 90-10 on the edges and stuff like this. He is going to continue to fucking win and win at a high level. And I think that getting in on him, probably a little, not super late. There's just not a lot of them right now, but I don't think you lose money by investing in picking up a Jon Rahm SI rookie card right now. I know people aren't that excited about golf as I am, but golf's one of those things that people haven't hopped. Well, I mean, it's one of those sports that people haven't. It's during the pandemic, golf blew up again because that's one of the only things people could do. Golf courses weren't closed, so when people were sitting at home looking for shit to do, they picked up their golf clubs again. So golf has exploded in this last 4 or 5 years. So, and I think that this age of kids that grew up watching Tiger Woods are going to start looking for once he retires and things like that, like we were talking about. I think people are going to heavily go back and try to pick up his stuff. So just looking for different things.
Yeah, golf's really like exploded, not just like the regular golf game, but like what's that new thing where everyone you go to golf, like a golf range, Top Golf. I mean, like, there's more females playing, there's younger kids playing because they're making a game out of a game, right? And then those little kids or whoever are gonna be like, oh, I want to play real golf and I want to watch who my favorite players are. So I think it's just growing a lot more. So that's cool.
Did you guys hear about that Live Golf trade? Did you see that?
Hey, dude, buddy, you took the words out of my mouth. No, I'm not. This ain't a subtle flex at all. But shout out to Ultra Maximus. We appreciate that, bud. But my company, we bought it's coming to Tulsa May 12th through the 14th. And we bought one of the corporate suites. And we're going to be behind the 18th green. We're supposed to get to meet like Phil Mickelson, Brooks Koepka, and a bunch of those players. But I like it. That's the way that me and my buddies play. We don't necessarily play loud music, but there's usually alcohol involved, and there's usually some sort of music playing through a speaker. So it's not that stuffy white man sport that a lot of people look at it as. And if you saw the shit from Adelaide, Australia this last weekend, on that watering hole after Chase Koepka hit that hole in one, that was one of the coolest. That was one of the coolest scenes. You look and you got Bert Kreischer was there, and fucking. Did you see all that? The comedian Bert Kreischer was touring in Australia. And he's friends with them. And it's funny, you look in the stands and he's got his shirt off, fucking waving a towel like Petey Pablo and shit. So
yeah, what was crazy to me is all the beer that got thrown onto the green. And like I don't know what the situation is as far as how play keeps going. They just if whoever was hitting behind him, what is that? How does that? What happens next? You know what I mean? Because it was almost like it was a walk-off and the game ended. But it was just a hole in one, right?
It was just a hole in one, and like you said, it was just a fucking crazy stream of beer and cups landing everywhere. And then I don't know if you saw, but his walk-up song was fucking a Kodak Black. That's what's cool about that. They all have walk-up songs. Every one of those players has a walk-up song, and it was pretty fucking cool. Like, I understand a lot of people don't like the Live deal because of the Saudis and that whole implication and whatever it is. But at the same point in time, I like chaos. So anything to kind of fuck with the stuffy PGA Tour and all their bullshit rules to kind of put it in their craw, I like it. So I can't tell you how excited I am.
Yeah, it's gonna be sick.
I actually that's what I've been working on. I worked on the last 2 days. I had to work on a custom invitation to send out to whatever customers I want to invite. So.
What does that invite look like? Hi, my name is Trey.
I'll get it. I'll get that motherfucker. I'll show it to you.
Hi, my name is Trey.
And how do we get on that list?
And I want to invite you over to a good old time.
While Trey grabs the invitation for us, thank you for the 14 that are watching with us today and chilling with us. If you could subscribe, and tell all your homies about OTR every Thursday night around 6:30 we would really appreciate it. And again, thanks everyone for joining us today.
So again, that's 6:30 Pacific, 8:30 Central, 9:30 Eastern. Boom.
Bro, it looks like the golf ball is like coming at me. Like that's pretty tight.
Dude, I have zero artistic ability, and it took me a legit 2 fucking days to fucking get that to where that was at. So,
let's see. Our boy Blue Green wanted. He asked, yeah, you missed the slabs, but do you want me? I'll zoom real quick again. Here. So Carpe Noctem Volume 1, first appearance of Johnny Mnemonic. Freaking Johnny.
The Homicidal Maniac.
There you go. Thank you. 9.2. Johnny Mnemonic. And then Star Wars Insider number 95. First Ahsoka. 9.2. Anyway.
Look at Marcus paying attention. He knows all about Johnny Homicidal Maniac.
Johnny Mnemonic will be the next VHS seal that you guys should all buy. Just kidding. And then we got some vinyl stuff to talk about, guys.
Yeah, Ralph can probably talk about this a little bit more accurately than I can, but this Saturday was the big 2023 record store day, where it's kind of like Free Comic Book Day, where a lot of different retailers and record companies come out with a variant that is very, very exclusive and pretty low print runs, and they send them out to record stores throughout the company to try to, get people into their stores and get excited about vinyl. There was multiple ones that were released. There's, but the 2 big winners by far were the Taylor Swift Folklore and the Larry Lovestein project. That was Mac Miller's kind of alias name. One of the projects he was working on before he passed. The Taylor Swift selling for fucking $150 to $170 with 30 to 40 bids on almost every copy, and the Larry Lovestein's going for $100 to $125. With 10 to 12 bidders on every copy. So if you're one of those people that were got up Saturday morning and stood in line at the record store and got lucky, you made a pretty hefty profit, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I actually didn't. So I was able to get a couple of the Taylor Swift vinyls, but I totally slept on that Larry Lifestyle. I don't know why I spaced and didn't even know that was Mac Miller. But I wasn't able to get that one. But I did want to show you something, Trey, just to follow up on that RSD and just some of the crazy numbers that Taylor Swift does for record store day, and just so you can quick flip it or you can hold on to these and see what they do. But I just want to show you these crazy numbers. I just sent you a link, Ferd.
Oh,
holy shit! Wow.
So
Jesus Christ, dude.
So this is a lot, right? But who's to say somebody doesn't want to complete a set and you have this vinyl that just released and they want it that bad? You telling me they're not going to pay $500 to complete their set, their RSD set? So this is kind of like the idea that I usually go. I mean, there are quick flips with vinyls, but holding on to this stuff, is not a bad idea.
Wow.
Yeah, and like you said, that 1989, that one from a couple years ago. I mean, that's a 1984 Buick Regal.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I mean, even though there was a ton of these, I think Taylor Swift did have huge pressing for hers, but I mean, there's like millions and millions and millions of Swifties is what they call themselves. That holding on to these is definitely not a bad play.
No, those records, and what's funny is that record store days get more and more popular every year. I mean, people realize that there's some hard to find ones and some lower printed ones that are pretty decent flips. So
yeah. So how do you get one of these? Like, do you have to be part of a membership or something, or how does it work?
No, you kind of have to, the old school way. You have to stand in line if the record store is not open yet. Usually there's a line. I mean, obviously, if you have a good relationship with the owner, he might put it to the side for you. But for most people, you kind of just wait in line and hopefully you get one.
So do all the record stores do this, or kind of like comic stores?
It's kind of like the Free Comic Book Days. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I think they got to pay like a little bit of money to be part of the program, and then they get sent, the vinyls based on store size or whatever.
And do they do this like every quarter or like every year, just once a year?
Yeah,
I think it's twice a year, isn't it?
I know it's around April. April is usually the time frame that they have Record Store Day.
Do you guys usually buy like every single free record store day deal, or do you kind of nitpick them?
Yeah,
Nitpick.
I mean, yeah, definitely. Taylor Swift is one that everybody usually goes for. Mac Miller, like I said, I didn't even know that was a Mac Miller vinyl, but Taylor Swift is usually the big winner.
Yep. No, I mean there was a couple Fleetwood Macs and a couple others that did pretty decent. So I got to piss, fellas. Give me 2 seconds.
Oh, all right. Well, that's our show. Just kidding.
No.
I like doing that. I don't know why. I don't know why I like doing that.
Well, that's our show. I want to thank everybody for coming out. Trey had to piss.
If you have time later, I'll open up these Topps Chrome McDonald's All-American cards I got.
This is the one with Bronny, right?
Yeah.
Is Bronny in it?
Yo,
Okay.
I want to open this.
You want to open that? Should we open that on another show, or do you want to open that tonight? We could do an unopening show like next week, just you and me, man.
Open this one.
Okay, you want to do that? Maybe we'll do that another show for some more funsies, like the kids say.
I think we need to do that. Yeah, start opening up some more shit.
Yeah, and unveilings. Who doesn't like unveilings? Yeah, I like the vinyl stuff, man. I just don't like. I'll go to Target and like, I'll just look and I'll be like, it seems like every single damn thing's a Target exclusive. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's hard for me to kind of flip. So
there are flips at Target, but for the most part, it's kind of like lunch money is maybe 15, $20. But the bigger stuff is RSD, or when I usually post those links in the Discord.
Right.
The thing that's been going on now is that before there was a set limit of vinyl, so it would be out of 250, out of 500, and now what they're doing is they're pre-ordering everything. So the print runs or the presses on these are going out, they're like 1,500, 2,000. So they're not as limited. Record store labels or the record companies have figured out, okay, vinyl is popular now, people want them. So it's kind of tough to find a good investment or a good flip on these now.
Oh, that's cool. It's cool stuff. I mean, my niece, she's my niece. She's like 17 and she's like buying vinyl and all the artists you named off. That's what she buys. She's in a musical. She's kind of a musical type of girl, but I think it's obviously hitting with the mainstream like children's. So makes sense.
Actually, there is something cool that I mean, it's not for the younger crowd, but Richard Pryor's the 1973 at the Comedy Shop or the Comedy Store is releasing on vinyl. And I think it's next month, the 23rd, for the first time ever. So that was actually something that I was looking forward to.
That's pretty dope. Yeah. There's over in Seattle, there's a couple. I feel like comic book stores are closing, and then vinyl like record stores are starting to open up. Yeah. I remember back in the day when I go to like Sam Goody and they had the like CD player and you could preview and they had the headset and like I didn't have any money, to like go to the store.
Yeah.
So I would just chill at like Sam Goody for like 5 hours, Then head over to Walden Books and get some Spider-Man comic books. You guys don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, they was kicking your ass out. Yeah, get out of here. Get out of here, shorty.
Get out of here, you shrimp.
Get out of here, shorty Savalas. Get out of here. Oh my God. It's 5 hours. Get out of here, Small Wonder.
They used to call me Shrimp back in the day.
Get out of here, Webster.
Webster.
Remember Webster? He's like
I do.
He's like 50 and got like long money, bro. Like he's so rich. You know what I'm saying? Because he don't believe in spending it. Yeah. So
we did have a CR record or Tower Records, right in like the heart of like anything Nirvana, Pearl Jam, like that part of Seattle was right in the heart of it. But yeah, I remember we used to have a Tower Records that my homies would steal CDs from.
Yeah, there's a Tower Records on Sunset over here. That the Tower Records now is the new Supreme store.
Oh, really?
Yeah, nice. It's on Sunset.
I have to go there. I went to where did I go? Shoot, I can't remember what skate store I went to. Anyway, wasn't the hundreds. It was anyway. Whatever, it doesn't matter.
No,
Back to the
it
show.
does matter. Who?
Well, not what I can't remember what it was.
Oh,
It
we
was
didn't
on
say that.
Sunset in California.
We were in Orange County, I think, when I was there. So, anyway, so I think that's it for vinyl. Video games, kind of a. I realized I got a call, Trey and OTR peeps. I got a call about the Zelda game that comes out tonight. I pre-order. But I haven't seen listings go for that high, so I might return it. I don't know. We'll see. But did you guys all picked up the Zelda OLED, right?
Yeah, I bought one I bought two actually.
Yeah. Have you guys looked at recent prices at all?
Yeah, they're not going for that much if we're being honest.
Yeah. I mean, it's what it is, right?
Yeah, that's kind of what I mean. It's some of that ancillary stuff's probably gonna do really well. It's kind of like that thing that you just got a photo of. Walmart has an exclusive on the game that comes with either a gold colored wall scroll or a black colored wall scroll, and that's flipping extremely well.
Yeah.
I mean, you're making $50-$60 a copy on that, depending on what it is. So
I'm kind of surprised, bro. But I thought these were gonna do. I don't know if they were just printed out the ass and that's why they're not doing that well. But do you remember the Resident Evil collector's edition?
Oh yeah,
they're like those went crazy. But these aren't doing the same thing, which is I didn't really understand why.
I think it's because the Star Wars game came out tonight too, and that was a way better package. I highlighted it a couple weeks ago. It came with like a lightsaber, and that's going for like $800 pre-sale, and that you could have bought that for $300.
Yep, those collector's edition games are very, very profitable if you get the right ones. To be honest with you, like during the pandemic, I did really, really well on. Any of those collector's edition that had statues or action, big stuff that was pretty limited. You'd make not 400 or 500, but they usually sell for retail at 250, and you're usually getting 400, 415 ish, 385, depending on how. The problem is shipping them. So I did a lot of mine on Facebook Marketplace and OfferUp, and they cut that $40 worth of shipping out because a lot of those collector's editions were 10, 12, even 15 pounds, depending on what was in them.
Marcus, you got one too, right?
Absolutely. I got the Nintendo Switch with the game and all of that good jazz. Only thing I didn't get extra was the extra joystick. That Trey kind of busted my chops on. He was like, "Bro, you didn't get the extra joystick." I was like, "Damn."
Oh, the controllers are still going for the controllers. Are the ones that always
I went heavy on
controllers.
Those,
yeah. Are you still doing good on them?
I mean, I thought I'd do better. I thought I was gonna do as good as the Harry Potter controllers. Do you remember the Harry Potter exclusive controllers? Those were doing crazy. I thought they would kind of do something like that, but no, they're not. I still have the Street Fighter 6.
Just like
the Street Fighter 6 collector's edition. Did you get any of those, Trey?
Nope, I didn't. I knew that was gonna be a shit game. Street Fighter 4.
I just
Street Fighter 4 was shit. Street Fighter 5 was shit.
Just to see. I think they're listed for like 600-ish. I don't know if they've sold, but they're like 250. So
yeah,
I like it. That's what's fun though. And I think Ralph and I both finally got out of the GF and F group that we've been in forever. So I'm looking for another cook group that's a little bit cheaper, to be honest with you, because I do like staying on top of this stuff.
Yeah.
I don't think they're. I mean, are they cheap? I feel like they're all expensive now.
I was in FlipSeek for a long time, to be honest with you, and I really like FlipSeek. They don't have the vinyl stuff that GF and F did, but at the same point in time, I'm not as into flipping vinyl as I was. It's gotten there's more and more groups out there now that have copied GF and F, and it's so hard to get any of these limited. Did you get any of the 420 doggy styles?
No, I didn't.
You posted this part, right?
Yeah, tried, and I mean, it comes with some rolling papers and some other stuff. I think that's going to do really fucking well.
I would just buy it out of 420
though.
Cool.
Was it numbered out of 420?
Yeah, and what's crazy was you could buy 4 copies, and obviously all the flippers and the people. If you look, people were hitting with EVEX, dude. I was looking I swear to God, if you go look into GFNF success, a majority of those motherfuckers, you could see that it was a custom Shopify from fucking Evex. I swear to God.
Well, cool, guys. That's our show for tonight. Again, once we're done with the broadcast, I was going to give away a few Jared Kelenic cards. I don't have them on me right now, but they're rookies from his 2021 year, just as a thank you to everyone for watching and supporting the channel. But basically, just make a comment. We'll vote on it next week, and I'll send them out to you, or we'll hit you up. Anyone have any parting words for the night? All right, there we go. And I think Marcus and I and Trey and Ralph, if you guys want to join in, we're gonna do an unboxing tomorrow. I got these, the Topps Chrome McDonald's I was talking about a while back, and Marcus got some stuff. So just join us for some random stuff. Maybe we'll give away some of the cards we get. Who knows? That kind of thing. But do some kind of fun random.
I got about 30 of those 25th celebration EBTs, so I ain't afraid to open one on air with you guys as well.
This is the 20th.
Yeah, whatever. I got so much of that shit that I could literally fucking start a fire they'd see from fucking NASA. I'm not shitting you. That was one of those ones. And what's crazy is my very first bot hit I ever hit.
Oh, here we go with bot hits. Okay, here we go.
And I got those evolutions, the Charizard and the Blastoise box that Marcus was just showing, and they've gone up to $200 already.
Hell yeah! Why did they go up so much? Because of the reprints or what?
Oh, this is a $400 box, fam. You can get these for $400. No idea. $400, $400, $440.
That's crazy. Ralph, I know your schedule's a little flaky there, but you're more than happy to join us at all if you're able to. And it's Friday night, but
I actually have a all white party to go to. I didn't know people still had those. So
I went to one in Costa Rica. Yeah, they're fun. Good time.
But yeah, I don't know if I'll be able to make that one.
That was all good. It was kind of random. I was gonna do it on the show tonight, but I know it's gonna kind of getting late for everybody. So figure we'd do something fun tomorrow. My fiance is out for the weekend. She's at her bachelorette party. She's in Nashville. So
that's where all the girls go to fucking Bratz, the bachelorette party capital of the world.
That's where I should have my bachelor party is Nashville. You know what I mean?
I'll make it to that. Like I said, I ain't invited, but if you go to Nashville, I'll make that drive for you.
Oh yeah, okay, cool. I'll let you know. Yeah. I mean, I have a bachelor party. I'm kind of busy.
I'll come out of stripper retirement for you.
Oh.
Marcus, you in?
You slinging beef?
Marcus, you in? I'm just kidding. Anyway, if
Chuck Wagon's gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. If he gonna strip, I'm gonna strip.
All right, there you go.
We come retirement. Trey, we're gonna strip together.
I mean, we can.
This OTR, man. This OTR.
Trey said, I ain't scared of shit. We're gonna do it.
NFT a stripping. Put on the blockchain. That way no one ever hacks into it. You know what I mean?
Put it on the blockchain and buy Pepe with it. I'm going to show my Pepe at your bachelor party. I'm going to show me and Ralph. Ralph going to show his Pepe.
Y'all might as well just go in the Philippines and just do it there, man.
Yeah, I'm getting peer pressured. I might as well, right?
That's it. We all in here. Ralph, you got more Pepe than everybody right now. So clearly, you know what I'm saying?
Ralph almost quit the show. He has so much Pepe.
Pause.
Ralph,
no pause.
We out here.
Said no pause.
Ralph, they say your Pepe long. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
That's another story.
All right, everybody.
Okay, that's it. That's all
well, I think the NFL draft is ended. I will end our show. Thanks again, everyone, for watching. And we'll see you hopefully tomorrow if you want to join in. And we'll definitely see you next week. Y'all take care.